Welcome to the Bardic Cauldron, wizards young and old, where daring adventures and terrible jokes are told. Grab your mug of your favorite brew, grab your seat, and enjoy the view. Welcome, everyone, back to our next episode of Heroes of Theros. Just quick two things. The two players that play Fezzik and Celine will not be here this evening. Life always finds a way to ruin adult fun time, but that's all right. Um, so, and I'm gonna start uploading these more consistently for you guys. That's really all I can think of, and I know my players are probably ready to jump in tonight. So let's go ahead and jump in to our recap of Heroes of Theros. I know I skipped a couple, but there we go. Last time on Heroes of Theros. The party begins to fight this gold-forged sentinel that Thraxus, a large red dragon, had created. Our party was victorious against fighting this gold-forged beast, and as promised, Thraxus gives the party information that is needed and refills the gem with his fire. They were surprised to find that Thraxus was the one that had originally bought Varius's desk. There were some papers that were still loosely inside our players are now currently holding on to for a later date. He offers to take the gem back to Acrix for our party. Does so. After some time, the party finds a temple to Heliod, desecrated and destroyed by a pack of Leonin bandits. A fight is had as a white Leonin joins the fray. At the end of the fight, he introduces himself as Zyor Stonefang, formerly Iron Mane. He begins to tell the story of how his father, Zior, was once the speaker of the Leonin, but Bragus had rose to challenge him and killed him. After doing so, banished and stripped Zyor of his pride name. Zyor hands over a piece of the shield of Erois that he has and wishes the party good luck on their journey. A mirror of Clothis, a piece of silver that is supposed to show the future, is found. Each one of our party members is given a quick glimpse into the future for those that can see. Before arriving in Setessa, our party is met with a guardian of sorts named Monet Silverbow. After hearing of the party, she allows them inside. The party finds that Setessa itself is dying, and the source is the Temple of Karametra. So, we're picking back up. I know Thea, you were the one that had asked Monet as you guys were walking through. Was there, and then, she gave you an answer, and that's where we stopped last week. So kind of just picking up from that spot.
I with this knowledge, I would just be standing there relatively horrified at the moment, just trying to process this.
Oh boy. So the cult got here before us.
Well, we're not entirely sure what the cause is, but it looks as though the staff that was once in our goddess's hands is missing, and thus Karametra is punishing us for this.
Was anyone around to witness who stole it? Any witnesses?
No one has said anything. We've started investigating, and no one seems to know anything. But why am I telling this to? She realizes she was talking to you, but she's looking at Thea instead. Not even not even acknowledging who you are, because you're a male.
Right. Listen, Yep, our best bet in finding this spear for you and dealing with the problem of the cult is if we all work together and put aside our differences for at least 2 seconds.
I've done that by making sure an arrow didn't go through your... Do you call that a mane? Lord, I've seen a Leonin with better hair.
Right, I haven't been to a bathhouse in several days. We've been journeying through... we were by Tethmos, things like that.
Oh, I know, you smell like a Karametra's ass.
I'm gonna use Prez on myself to make myself smell better.
That's funny, because they know what a Karametra's is.
I'm just gonna Prez myself to have better presentation.
No one anywhere saw anything at all.
No. We've not had any luck between the five of us.
Has anyone else come into the city recently? Male or female?
That's, well, I mean, people always come and go. And you realize at this point, she kind of... Y'all usually keep the kids, I would say, probably hidden for the most part. Just to, like, not cause any, like, bandits see them like, oh, look, they got kids. They're going to be easy to get. Kind of thing.
Oh, crap. I forgot about them.
For their protection. Don't
let's
forget
just
about
not...
the kids.
Let's just leave.
At this point, the kids have actually, like, popped out. And you see Monet just pulls out an arrow. She looks like she's about to shoot. She's like,
They're just children.
do you have children back there?
Yes, we
just
found them on the
kids.
road.
Young kids. No weapons.
They were trying to get here. We protected them. They're
Well,
young.
they were up in the mountains near Akros, and we picked them up along the way and brought them with us.
Are any of them hurt?
No, they're all perfectly fine. Nothing.
I'll signal for the three of them to come out and make their presence known.
Are we
Properly.
dropping the kids off here? Like, what's going on?
You see
Let me
the
try.
three of them kind of hop out, and Monet begins to inspect each one.
One's a male though.
Well, she goes like and checks like their wrists, their elbows, like anything that's visible. And she asks each one, "Are you hurt? Does anything hurt?" And then
I thought she was about to ask, like, do you know these people?
no, she seems to
Kidnap you.
She seems, at least, she seems to recognize Thea. So she's kind of, like, probably one of those things, like, it's like living in a small town. You don't know that person, but you've at least seen them once or twice at the Walmart.
Right.
So, she kind of feels comfortable, at least, knowing that she was around them. Alright, you three. As you see, she points over to a little nymph that's coming by. Yes, you take these three to Enthusa immediately. Make sure that they're fed and they get a good change of clothes. They'll be staying with us.
Sounds like a good idea.
And you see, this little nymph kind of comes over and starts like say hi to him. Go ahead, Thea.
Question for the DM. Enthusa, I recognize that. Do we know who that is?
Enthusa is, so, you would know this. Setessa, though they view Karametra as their queen, Karametra has better things than to rule a polis.
Right.
So, they formed this council of 5 to run Setessa. Enthusa is the eldest of them.
Okay. Thank you.
Interesting. All right.
Just saying because you would know that. So.
I think we need a little group huddle to discuss plans. Could you give us a moment?
She looks at
Let
you,
us
Thea.
talk amongst ourselves a moment.
Right.
We've been traveling a while.
All right. I'll give you some time. She kind of
A door,
backs up
come
a little
in,
bit.
please. Right. So, kids are safe.
Yes.
That's a check off the bucket list. However, looks like the cult got here before us.
Do we, as a group, do we remember if anyone saw what this person coming towards Setessa looked like? Someone had a vision of someone coming.
We were told that someone was being sent over to
Yes.
Setessa.
We didn't
male,
get a
right?
description. Okay.
Yeah, didn't get a description.
It didn't say. They didn't say if it was male or female.
No, they didn't say. They said that they would
That's
send
right.
someone
That's right.
over to Setessa. And at least from any information you guys try to get, they always say, we only see them behind the horns. We never see them behind the horns. So.
Here's the thing. We need to keep our eyes open. Sorry, Kentor. Our eyes open on anyone that might look suspicious, and we need to possibly interview each leader to figure out who's infiltrated where.
Possibly.
Well, I can
This
definitely
could
keep my perception going, like hearing and anything like that.
Right. This could be a situation like Melitus, where one of the council members is also a member of the Cult of Horns.
If we could talk to the council, that might help. Being from Setessa, would I know where the staff would usually be?
The staff would
does
usually
the queen
be...
usually have it?
The staff itself would be in the hand of the Karametra statue.
Right, and someone took it from the hand of the statue. Is the hand missing, or...?
Nope. It's like...
No.
It's like somebody... Because the statue was built before the staff was given. There's
Right,
a whole
so...
story that even you, Thea, don't really quite know. You've just heard stories, but there's a lot of different versions of it, so...
But there's like a hole in the hand where the staff goes.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
And is the statue like open to anyone? Like anyone can come and pray, or
any voting member of Setessa can, which is basically
So the whole city is a suspect.
Okie dokie.
But it's definitely a member of the Cult of Horns. We can narrow that down.
Most likely.
It's probably hard to get Setessa on the... to control Setessa on the inside. So they're trying to throw them into chaos. To make things
One way to do it?
easier.
Well, and if that's the case, then we need to probably go somewhere in the underbelly and talk to those people. Because usually those people are the ones that would at least know what's happening. Even if they aren't part of the plan, they'll know of who's, how would you say, invading their territory.
So, Thea, I'm assuming Thea might know something about the criminal underworld in Setessa.
I'm sitting there.
Do I know about the criminal underworld of Setessa? If it exists?
There is, surprisingly, the one good thing about the women-hating, man-hating...
There's no crime.
There's not a criminal underbelly, really. It's...
Okay, are there any, like, people who... Like, old ladies who shop and hear all
like great Ethel that lost an eye and now she complains that her husband was cheating on her with her sister the entire time. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, something that would be like the equivalent of like maybe even like a steam house, you know, where some of the you know, maybe elites would go to.
Yes. The problem is, most of us will not be able to get into that steam house.
Oh no, I know most of us won't be able to, but I'm just saying. This is a place where you will hear rumors.
There's not really a steam house, but
something equivalent.
They have it's it sounds really bad, but typically they have this one spot over by where you would know this because this is something that they told you 1,000 times about each person, about each leader in Setessa. Typically, if there's gonna be any like rumors or anything, ask a kid.
Find a kid.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too hard, I guess.
I mean, a kid.
So would I know?
A kid.
We
is
just had 3 kids that we have now introduced into.
They have not been in Setessa.
Yes, you find a Setessan kid, basically, because they get to go just about everywhere.
Kids are like essentially free citizens that can just walk anywhere.
Just about.
And we need to find something like candy or toys, and we can entice some kids with.
I don't know how I feel about that plan.
You would know that's typically around.
The Turkish delight.
Okay.
But
me.
You would have to go to it's called the Lena Tower.
Lena Tower.
In Setessa. So if you look at the map, they have these towers listed.
Ooh.
So each of these towers are protected by one of the 5 ruling council members.
So I'm assuming we're like off in like somewhere like right here, overlooking everything.
Yeah, she kind of like was leading you around this way. She didn't want you to go nowhere near the center, but you could tell from where the hedges are. That's where you saw like the trees dying and stuff like that.
We should figure this out
haven't actually
quick.
been in there yet.
No,
okay.
Yeah, you could probably guess she probably wants to talk to Ethusa and give her an update before they let you do anything.
Right, okay, so we'll just have to wait for a little bit before we can talk to any officials. That's fine with me. We'll just relax here. We should talk to the officials first, get any information we can out of them.
You see,
and then we'll...
By this time, the Dryad girl has kind of took the kids, and you see she's already picked out a set of clothes for them, tells them where to change. I mean, you can notice the kids seem to be a real big focal point here.
Okay.
Right. Children are the epicenter.
Yeah.
Children are our future. Of course they are.
Right. So after we talk to the council, we should head to the Lena Tower then? Find a child, get some rumors going?
Yes, or start talking to any child we can meet. Is, Monet still around?
Yes. She, you told her to give y'all a minute to talk, and she's kind of just...
It's all right.
Somewhat not patiently.
Yeah, I guess we're all set then.
I'll turn... One last question for the group. I might be able to see the statue on my own. Do you want me to try?
I mean, it's up to you.
See what I can see.
It might be a better...
That would be useful?
Do the statues look magical at all?
We can't see the statue of Karametra.
Yeah,
we can't see it.
Yeah, not currently.
Not currently.
But I might be able to see it or be allowed to because I'm from Setessa.
The hedges were in the Goblet of Fire in that maze scene.
Oh,
it's twice that.
Yeah, they're high. But you've got the openings where you can kind of peek in and get a glimpse of whatever angle the church is facing.
Right, it might be a good idea to figure out the statue's layout. Maybe someone left behind something. But
they'll allow that.
Yeah, if anything that the officials haven't caught on to yet, detect magic or something like that.
Yes. And I'll turn to Selena. Would you mind watching the boys for a few minutes?
Yeah, she nods.
Oh boy. Why do I get the feeling we're gonna die?
And to try to make sure that doesn't happen, I'll walk over to Monet. Monet, is there any chance I could see the statue of Karametra? Perhaps I'd be able to tell something?
You see, she kind of looks you up and down, and she kind of you feel like she goes to say no, but something else is like, yeah, we have already looked, but you are more than welcome to take a glance. You are still a child of Setessa. It's well within your right.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
She just gives you a nod. But if any of these, she looks at each, counts at the men in the party. She points at Cantor for a little bit.
She's pointing at you.
But anyway, if any of these men disrespect me, Setessa, or Karametra herself, you can pick their bodies up on the way out.
Hey, Cantor, what was that you were talking about preaching in the streets? I feel like we shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, we probably won't. Not today, at least.
I'll just give the group a behave glare.
Like, don't you
And
forget.
then I'll...
Don't worry,
Hair-
I totally saw that.
Hairs on the back of Arthos' neck stand, like, oh
I'm
no.
glaring at you guys so hard, Cantor, you can probably feel uncomfortable.
Like, there's a disturbance in the force.
You know how, like, when a cat,
Yeah.
arches its back?
Those glares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what, like Arthos kind of, like, arches his back a bit, like, oh no.
I sense like an increased pheromone from,
From that direction.
from Thea. She must not be happy.
Alright,
I
yeah.
don't think most of the
I was
women
gonna
are
ask
happy
if there-
to see us.
I was gonna ask if there was like a place that we can at least sit down and rest our weary bones.
Or at least we could just hang out by the cart.
Can we maybe hang out here by the tower while we're waiting
Yes,
for her to
there
come
are
back?
there are some benches here. You may sit.
Oh, excellent.
Arthos is gonna go take a cat nap in the cart.
Yeah, they're not like complete savages. They, they show you a little some courtesy, but not enough to trust you and everything.
I just wanted to kind of sit out like in one of the maybe like more of like a garden space with a little bit of sun that comes in or something, and
you can see like there's almost like a thick like canopy, but there is there are some spots in the canopy where the light kind of comes through, and you see there's one particular spot, like right here. It's kind of like a little one of those like looks like a zoo enclosure, but it's like you've got the middle with the soil and the pretty ground. It's different from what you see outside, kind of thing. It's, like this spot's meant to look nice.
Okay.
But I'm assuming the leaves on the canopy are starting to fall off because of the nature of the staff.
You can see like it's more further like above the trees that are like closer to the temple, but you can see like ever so often a tree maybe about 30 feet away. You can see some of its colors starting to fade slowly, but over time while you're waiting.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna probably use like that spot of sunlight, and I'm gonna kind of sit there and meditate a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Kind of like a little bit of like a mixture of like a prayer, meditate, or something like that.
Okay.
Basically, praying for guidance and hope that Thea can find something, help guide Thea.
Go ahead and make me a religion check, if you would.
Sure.
You did so great last session, so.
Yeah, it's gonna probably fail this time.
So many 20s, so many 19s.
There we go.
Bam! 21.
Okay. I'll keep track of that on my own.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Cantor suddenly got better at religion.
Yeah, I know, that's really weird.
Well, it's because I got that
The
fancy new
robe.
robe. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
It was the robe that did it for him.
It was all the fancy gifts the priest gave him.
Yeah. Arthos, is there anything you're doing while waiting for Thea?
I'm just
Arthos
trying
is
to think
taking
of-
it.
was
I
just
mean,
kinda
I
wondering
would
if I
try
could
to.
bless you as well before you went in.
I mean,
I don't know if I could
would.
really-
I would read someone's thoughts, but I do not want to get caught doing anything suspicious at this time.
Okay.
Bless is
So-
only up to a minute.
Yeah.
And this
it's
is
not
going to
really
take more
help
than
you.
a minute.
Yeah.
I've
So
got- I've got
Arthos is just going to take a cat nap in the cart.
Okay, take
There
the
you
cat
go.
nap in the car. Okay.
See, I thought a cat would want to sleep in the sun, where I'm at. But hey.
Thea, as
Cats
you
sleep in odd places.
are
Well, that's-
coming down this, past through it, where this hedge is, past where actually the Lena Tower is actually located at. So you kind of see the tower off to the right, maybe about another 20, 30 feet or so, but you walk through the hedge currently at the moment, and you can see where 3 trees like stood in a triangle around the temple itself, and right here facing north, you see the tree kind of widens up out a little bit more than the other trees, maybe like to allow access for people to come, for people to go in.
Okay.
And you can now see like just Queen Karametra sitting on a throne above a door, and you can see where her staff, once held tightly, no longer sits.
So, technical question.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can cast Enhance Ability on myself.
Yeah, I would say
You
so.
trying to be stealthy with that casting?
No, I'm trying to be wise. So I'm going to cast Enhance Ability.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Owl's Wisdom.
Owl's wisdom. Okay, and that's advantage on
Advantage- On Wisdom.
checks.
Wisdom checks, which includes Perception.
Perception. Okay. All right.
And I want to look for...
And insight.
Yeah, insight too.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to look for any signs of a cult that I would recognize, or any kinds of scraps of clothing, or something that's obviously not from a person from Setessa.
Okay. Go ahead and make a either a perception check or investigation.
Pretty sure investigation is intelligence, so I'm going with perception.
That's fine. I think I would give you both options.
So, with advantage... Ooh, I'll take that 16 plus 3, 19 total.
19 total. Okay. Going and looking through the temple, you do find probably several what do you call them? Cornucopias that have all the fruit and whatever from each harvest. And you see that there are some that are laid out. You see some of them look like they've just been laid out this morning. Some have been laid out probably a week ago, and they let them sit there for about a week. Then they get rid of it and burn it to keep it from sticking up the temple. But so there's a lot of those like offerings, which everywhere else would look really weird. But for Karametra, that's good. Seeing what her protection is offering the land, basically. You find it takes you a moment. You find looks like you kind of have to blink twice because you feel like it's just your eyes playing tricks. But like almost when you see like a reflection of glass stuck in one of the cracks in the stone. Get a little closer. It is actually looks like a small little vial.
Oh. And is that on the statue itself?
No, it is in one of the cracks inside the temple.
So, like in the structure of the temple.
Yes, yeah.
Oh. Is it closer? Does it have stuff in it?
No, it looks like it's empty now.
Okay.
But
Is it something that I could?
Just the way it looks like it's out of place because it looks like somebody stuck this vial in there. It's just maybe trying to hide it.
Can I try to get it out of there?
It will take you a little bit of time. But yes. You take about maybe 2 minutes or so.
Okay, I will do that.
I would say messing with learning, preparing how to, prepare people for the afterlife. You would know how to pull things out to clean the body up, so why not a crack in the ground?
Yeah.
So you're able to get this little glass vial out. Looks like there's nothing left in it. There's no label or anything.
Okay. Can I sniff it? See if it smells. If there's any lingering smell of something?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep using the perception check that you got. It's got a sweet smell. You're not entirely sure what kind of smell it is, but it's very sweet and soothing.
Sweet and soothing, you said?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. I will carefully put that away in like a pouch or a pocket. Note the spot where I found it.
Okay.
And that was all I saw. There was nothing else in there.
No, at least that's out of, just out of place. Because, you're trying to find every little, even the smallest thing that could, mean anything. But that's what you were able to find. Besides the offerings, the only thing that's really in here, and you can tell they're basically, written on, looks like these are on wooden tablets. You see that they've aged over the years. Basically, names of founding members of the Council of Setessa, heroes of Setessa, and there is one plaque that kind of catches your eye. Looks like it's been cleaner than the others, because you see the other ones are starting to age and collect dust. This one looks like it was wiped off recently. You're that mom that goes through the grocery aisle to check to see how dirty the shelves are.
Yeah.
This one's not dirty at all. It's the cleanest thing in this temple.
And what's on it?
You read, and you begin to read it. And this is actually in common, so I'll go ahead and read it out to everybody. Many forget that we were all children of Karametra. But Enthusa, no, that is not her name. I got those names completely mixed up. Oh, hell. Give me a moment. No, that is Enthusa. Okay, no. Okay. I got that name right. The name that is, that's spoken, it says, Alondra was Karametra's favorite. Alondra seemed to have a way with the land itself. She could speak to a tree, and it would move up from the ground and move if need be. She could raise a flower from death itself and turn gloom into bloom. And it is because in that same love that Alondra had for Setessa, Karametra had for her. So it was with a hardened heart that when Farika began to get jealous, that no one seemed to love the things that she did, creating cures for diseases, medicine for simple ailments, that she began to get jealous. And so she poisoned Karametra's favorite daughter. It was Karametra decided to turn her daughter into what she loved. So, Karametra turned Alondra into a tree, and then those trees formed around this temple here. And one branch, the first branch that seemed to form from these trees, Karametra took the branch and gave it to the statue that stood. So that staff will show the love that Karametra has for Alondra, that Alondra had for Setessa. And that even in her death, she will still guard and protect it.
Woof.
Yeah, it's a big mouthful. So,
And is that like a well-known story in Setessa? Would I have heard that before?
Now that you think about it, that is one of those stories that popped up like, oh, honey, you should be lucky enough to be someone to love you as much as Karametra loved Alondra.
Above game, you just made my head spin.
Yeah.
Ideas! Okay, anyway. I will head back out to the group and share what I found. I'm not going to take out the vial, though. Is Mona still around, or did she leave?
Monet, you see, she went over towards where the tower is, still giving, from where she's can still see your party, making sure that they're not messing something up, peeing on something they shouldn't be peeing on, things like that.
Yeah, it's valid concerns.
How dare you curs? I am a noble.
But yes, she's inside.
Okay. If I am going to pass her on my way to finding my friends,
You will.
I will. Okay. As I approach her, I will. Thank you for letting me look around. I need to speak with my friends, although, even though they're men, some of them, they do have logic. It has been helpful.
And useful skills.
We'll be talking soon. Enthus wants to meet your friends.
And we would like to meet Enthusa.
Alright. I will let you know when she's ready.
Thank you. Would I know if there's any place that we could stay as a group in Setessa, or do we
So
need
like a
to
townhouse?
go elsewhere?
That's a good question.
Or what are they called?
If I don't
Is
know
it
that on
townhouse?
my own, can I ask Monet? Is where I was going with that.
Like an inn we can stay at.
They don't really have visitors. Women are allowed all the time, but so they don't need establishments like that.
Do I? Let's see, would I still have family here?
Are we staying at your mom's place? Or I mean, we could sleep on the ground. We all have bedrolls.
We'll figure that out. I will give a deep nod to Monet. Thank you. I look forward to speaking with you later.
She kind of just nods.
To the group.
I just realized I had a spell scroll of sleep this entire time, and I have not used it.
Well, you know.
Looking through my inventory, like, oh yeah, I got a bedroll. I can sleep on the ground. Just found out I had a spell scroll on me.
So DM, I don't think we figured this out. Do I still have a mother in the city?
We would assume, right?
Probably young enough that she'd still be around.
How old is Thea?
How old is Thea?
That is an excellent question. Hold on a sec. I was thinking that myself.
Early 20s, late 20s?
26.
Sorry
you're
about
one-
that.
I would say.
I got disconnected.
No, you're fine.
You're 1 year older than Arthos.
I would say that your mother is still around. Your father isn't, but you're.
Well, that's
he wouldn't
obvious.
be in 10 anyway. Oh.
So we staying at your mom's house?
We can at least ask. I can't guarantee anything.
I mean, we
if
always
we
have
have
the
to,
bedroll
we can-
option.
Yes, if we have to, we can just go outside the gates. Somewhere.
Or just, we have a cart. Sleep on the cart.
I would
True.
say you have not seen your mother since Taryn. So however long that's been, that's how long since it's been since you've even talked to your mother.
No, it's probably like 3 years at least.
3 years. You know what we should probably do?
So I started thinking about that. Actually, you know what? She's a stickler. We should stay with the cart, actually.
Okay,
That might be
sounds like a
better.
plan. Why don't we
Yes.
try to go hit up some shops, get some supplies while we're in town?
Quick question though.
I have gold
Thea?
I want to spend.
Yeah, Thea, I have a question though. With you being gone for 3 years, if you if your mom knows that you are here,
I'm assuming she would know eventually.
us in any
Well,
way
if all goes
that
well,
we should
maybe
be aware of?
No, it's fine. I just kind of left without saying anything, that's all. She might be a little miffed.
How clingy is your mom?
Oh, she's not a hummingbird mother, but she cares about her
Right.
daughter.
She's a stricter mother.
Yes, I don't know how she would feel about the three of you, and I'll look to Arthos, Cantor, and Fezzik.
Yeah, the giant, the guy, the lion, and the human man.
The human.
I know.
So,
Man child.
Right. Also, we should probably get Megara involved in all this.
oh, that's right.
She's a druid.
Yes.
She could help us talk to plants and things like that. Yeah, I'll cast sending and send Megara a message. I need to read the spell again. I haven't used
25
sending
words
since
or
I sent the
less.
first message. 25 words, got it. Hi, Meg. We're in Setessa. How many words was that? 5? I lost count.
Yeah, I think 5.
5 words. Could you swing by and help us with a problem? The what's the staff called? What was the staff called again?
Staff of Alondra.
The Alondra staff was stolen. Could use some insight. Thanks. That was 25 words.
Okay.
No XOXO?
I ran out of words at the end.
Yeah.
Out of words.
No.
Darn the luck.
This isn't the Brendan Lee Mulligan one where you could just add curse words into it to extend it.
You can tell it takes a little bit. But then you do get a reply. Oh, sorry, it took me a little while to remember who you were. But, sure. We'll see what happens. Hugs and kisses.
She said she'll see what happens. Also, Arthos, out loud would have been or at least showing on his fingers would have been counting how many words he said as he's sending the message out loud because you speak the message out loud to cast it.
Yeah, so you're like making sure you're not missing anything. Yeah, I like it.
He has a 16 intelligence, but he's just making sure, you know. Oh.
Oh no.
Now you would know that if there are any men in Setessa, they are allowed to sleep out on the outskirts of the polis or stay in Ametrophon. But as far as
the village of men, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
So we would have to sleep outside. Thea and Celine could sleep anywhere.
Yes, that's basically. But you can still always talk to Mommy.
Right. Hey, Thea, do you want to try that, or is that still a no?
I honestly don't know how she would react to you three. If you really want, I guess we could try.
I mean, it's up to you.
No, she's like rethinking what that idea.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, we could always. I mean, the three of us can take care of ourselves outside the city walls.
You should probably have someone with you.
I mean, I'm a squishy spellcaster, but I'll be surrounded by the fighter and the monk.
Oh no! I don't think you'll be attacked by beasts. Oh, that's always a possibility. I mean, I think that Monet and other gods wouldn't be happy about it if you were by yourselves.
Right. Okay. Well, there's always the
I
option of the village of men.
How far away is that village?
I'm assuming only like a few miles.
Yeah.
Let me pull up.
Because I don't think that's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
We could always try and hop, skip, and jump there.
Yeah, it's.
I think we'd be very tired.
It's a way.
Oh, that is a long ways.
It's a good day or two.
So we'll most likely have to sleep outside the city. A good distance away from the city. But anyway, let's figure things out. We'll figure things out eventually. But right now.
So here is a note that I think is really funny.
Okay.
The few men who reached the where was it? Basically it says that some men that reside permanently in Setessa live in the Ametrophon, training and caring for the animals there. For those that did not and went out and came back, if they said they identified as a woman, they were allowed back in.
So if they decided to become transgender, they could do that.
Yes, they're okay with that.
I don't know if Arthas is tempted to do this now, but I am.
Some
no,
men
I'm not going to do that.
Sent out on per generation after spending a number of years identified as women.
That's interesting, and also very weird.
Yeah. So you go out to the world and you realize, you know what?
I identify as a woman.
You can come back to Setessa.
All right. I want to do a little bit of shopping.
Okay.
Spend us some gold
All right.
to
So
try to find some magic items or possible spell components.
you did notice before you could literally go anywhere else. You see Monet goes ahead and comes over to your group. She looks to you, Thea. So if this is ready, we have the rest of the council with us.
Should we speak to the
That was
council
much
now?
quicker than I thought.
Well, I guess we'll save the shopping trip for after the meeting.
Yes.
She wants to go over some ground rules.
Right.
I see.
Fair point.
So you basically
Very well.
come to it's literally like a open pavilion. It doesn't have a roof, but it's still got you notice that this is the only place that maybe has any kind of like stonework besides the temple to Karametra. Everything else is wood based. The homes are in trees. Some are made out of wood and stick and thatch, but there's no stonework or metalwork being done here. Just keep an eye on that as you guys are going around. So when you come to the stone pavilion, I have to tell you this: the table itself is made out of wood. And you see there are currently 4 of them sitting almost kind of on one side, and they went ahead and set out some seats for the rest of you. And you see one sitting. Go ahead and introduce them one by one. To the far right, you see is a young girl, younger than you, Thea. Young. She seems to be the youngest of the council members, from what you can tell. She wears this green cloak that kind of always goes down and very tight fitting all the way down, but does have a cape in the back for probably some sort of effect, whether it's dramatic or function. What ties the cloak together, you see a little fox like pin that ties like the toga together in cloak. Sitting on her shoulder to the right, you see almost this black falcon, and it's just sitting, and you see she's currently feeding it as you are all coming in. To her right, currently sits kind of looks like an older woman, and when I mean older, like maybe in her 40s. This one has no, this is the one with the fox on her toga. The young girl had a falcon on hers. This one in her 40s, she has a fox in hers. You can tell that she has seen battle before. You can tell that she's got this very short haircut that comes down like a little bit past her ears. Very stern eyes, but still very pretty the way she can hold herself. You see to the far left is Monet, the centaur that you guys met. She's currently, looks like she has her own like seat, as made different from the others because she's a centaur. The seat next to her you see empty. Just keep that as a note. And sitting to her in the middle, you see woman, probably most likely in her 50s. She is though stern, she's absolutely, like, you would almost think goddess. Just the way that she carries herself, the way that she sits, the way she holds herself, like these almost dazzling, like, ocean blue eyes that you see for a second switch to, like, leaf green. She carries a double, looks like an axe that has two ends. So it's basically a double-bladed axe. How you have a double-bladed scimitar that where they go clockwise. Same thing with these axes. You can tell that that thing has been used a lot. And she's the one sitting in the middle, and she kind of just begins to glance over the entire group, and she seems to eye the men the most. Monet said that you all have business here.
Yes, we are attempting to track down members of the Cult of Horns. We had information that they were trying to infiltrate Setessa. We are trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right. And you think that the Cult of Horns is behind what's going on?
Unfortunately, I am afraid it is a distinct possibility. Monet was kind enough to let me examine the temple and the statue of Karametra. And while I didn't find much, I did find this. I'll take out the vial. I hoped to examine it a bit more closely myself. I do not have the spells prepared today to do what I would have liked to do.
You see, as soon as you pull the vial out, the minute you pull it out, it's gone. You feel this little whoosh of wind, almost as something like grazed your hand. Then you suddenly see that sitting kind of in front of you now is the young girl with the falcon. You see that the falcon has the vial in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
As if, like, almost in one, like, it was hard to catch it all that happened. As soon as you pulled out the vial, like, if you were to go back and put it in slow motion, she pointed to the vial. The falcon flew from her shoulder, picked it up, and as she's getting up, walking over to you to examine it, it brings it back to her and rests right on her shoulder. She's just kind of looking at it. As you now look at her eyes almost look like the same look as the falcon's. I don't think that you are completely wrong, but this is poison. Cult of Horns like to use bloodier methods. This is a little more discreet. My guess
That is true.
would be someone in league with the gods of affliction. And you see, like, the rest of the council members kind of just looking, talking amongst themselves. Not entirely sure what kind of poison it is, but it's some sort of poison.
Yeah, Thea, we did run into an assassin who worked under the goddess of affliction, or a priest of the goddess of affliction.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Arthos is not speaking up because he knows if he says anything, he's going to get shot down.
you would allow it. And remember some things better than I can. We have encountered an assassin already in Akros?
Akros, yes.
Yeah, Akros.
Yeah, okay. In Akros, who attempted to assassinate Queen Taranika. My friend Arthos might have something that he could add, if you'll allow it.
You see,
Athos is dead silent.
the the woman in the middle begins to think for a moment. She looks to the rest of the group, and you see they all look at her. They all seem to nod. Like she's like, "What do y'all think?" And they all basically just gave her each a nod. All right, which one is Arthos?
That would be me, and Arthos lifts up his hand. Yes, the Leonin in front.
Right. You have something to add?
Yes. When we were in our Akros, no, I'm mispronouncing names. In why am I whatever. When we were in the city, in the far north, we did encounter some assassins that worked for an assassin that worked for a priestess of the goddess of affliction, and we also encountered conspiracies by the cult of horns themselves infiltrating the queen's court, her advisor, to be specific. And we also encountered things in Melitus as well. The Council of 12 has a member that is associated with Cult of Horns. Now, you did say the cult did use bloodier methods, but it seems that times are changing and that they're going for more espionage methods.
Could it be that perhaps the two are connected? The Cult of Horns is now also working the Goddess of Affliction.
Oh, and also the god of
That's a terrifying thought.
the god of the dead is also involved in this because of what happened with Varus.
You see,
Fair.
Wasn't there an assassin
is like
that killed Varus that was working for the god of the dead or the god of deception?
So that was Tiramit's original job.
Right.
That's how Tiramit became like so rich and famous. He was supposed to track down any of the returned that escaped. So when it's kind of just a typical thing, you learn. Oh, look, this guy escaped. We need to go send people after him. So yes, he did send at least 3 people to try and kill Varus.
Right, but when he was alive, he was assassinated. We figured out that some assassin killed him that was working alongside the god of deception, I believe.
Possibly, yes. You're not entirely sure what Nixus's alignments are.
Or that at least some god of deception was trying to keep his secret. Or some priest probably hired him. Right. We have a feeling that all 3 might be connected.
I would think this would be the best time for me to bring this up. And you see Monet kind of like gets up from her spot. The other members look confused. I've seen something strange in the veil. Things that I wouldn't expect. I've seen Leonin shaking hands with Returned. I've seen Minotaurs shaking hands with Tritons. think it's happening again.
We do know that. Didn't the advisor for the Queen tell us that they already had agents in the City of the Returned and the Labyrinth City?
Yes.
Oh boy.
What do you believe is happening again?
Very much like when Xenagos strived for more, even beyond his godly earned status. War broke out amongst the Pantheon. Sides were chosen, and it really destroyed Nyx. It seems, though, it is being fought now here in Theros.
Is there anything we can do to stop it?
The veil always closes right when I try to find that answer. But I don't like it either. But perhaps we do need help outside. I mean, I know that we have lived this way for as long as that first tree stood here. But if we're going to even stand a chance, if this is what's happening, and of saving this polis, we might need all their help. She kind of just looks at the three men in the party. How good are all of you at bringing people back in one piece?
Okay. I was going to ask for specification, but you specified. I mean, we've tracked a few
Same.
people. We've kept one man alive for at least a night.
We've kept ourselves alive.
And we kept those kids alive.
You were the ones that brought the kids in from earlier.
Yes, we found them in the mountains.
I tell you what. We have been catching on to a sort of slave trade using children. We know of a location. If you help us with this, I will allow the men to stay in Setessa on a temporary agreement. You see, like, it took everything she said to, like, hold that down. Like, I can't believe I'm asking for help from men. But
It is indeed strange times we are living in, and sometimes drastic actions require drastic decisions.
yes, if you help us with this, I will allow you to stay go in most places with at least, if you have one of the two women present with you now, with you.
Sounds like a fair
Oh.
deal.
A
So
way
yeah, I'll look to the
of
group and
proving that the men here
Cantor with us, right? Is Cantor alive right now?
yes, I would assume
I mean-
so. Oh,
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like something's been acting goofy with my internet, but I'm here
It's
now.
all good. Just wanted to make sure you
That's
were
not
here, so that we weren't hogging all the spotlight.
yeah. But basically, she says that she's willing to let y'all in if you guys help her with this. We are not entirely sure how many there are, or if there even are some children there. There are. Make sure they all get out. If I find that one body is harmed. Anyway, bring them here, and I will consider you all temporary members of Setessa.
I'll turn to the group. That
Yeah, Arth.
seems reasonable.
Yeah, Arthos gives a gracious bow and says, "It would be our honor, and don't you worry. You have our word that the children will be brought back in safe, with not a hair harmed on their head."
You see, she kind of is sitting there, like closing her eyes, like, all right. Well, Monet will go with you and at least give you the rundown. You can choose to have our help or not, but she'll at least give you what you will be doing and where the location of this place is.
Right. The location would be much appreciated.
Yes.
Oh, before we finish, we did not introduce ourselves, so we do not think much of you men. We would like to at least give you our names. And you see, they all kind of get back in their seats. Well, you already know, Monet Silverbow, Oracle. She points to the woman on her left. This is Nikita. She is in charge of the Basara Tower. She motions to the young girl with the falcon, kind of just gives you guys like a peace sign, like. That is Phaedra, Master Falconer, and protector of the Hyrex Tower. Our protector of the Ophis Tower, Calais, has become a recluse lately and has not wanted to come to our meetings. She's protector of Ophis Tower, and maybe at some point you will get to meet her. I am Enthusa, protector of the Lena Tower. We are the Council of the Four Towers. And I love how that music was building as she was giving that. So.
Oh, perfect. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
What was the empty seats name? The Recluse?
That's going to be
I think it's pronounced Calais. It is Kallias. Now it's
Yeah,
it's a
I'll
female.
buy that.
Yeah, so I think that's how you would pronounce that.
Kallais.
Yeah, Kalllias.
Lis. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
And you can see that behind their stage, they each have, looks like a wood carving of whatever animal. You see behind Phaedra is a falcon. Behind Nikita is a fox. Behind Lena is excuse me. Behind Enthusa is a lion. Behind Monet, you see it kind of just, it looks like squiggly lines, but it's supposed to signify that she's the oracle that reads the veil and what the seasons are going to be bringing. Like good harvests and stuff like that, bad rain. She's able to tell at each temple, so they can know how to act on during those particular seasons. So it's a pretty kind of like of a neutral seat because it has no animal, but at least tells what her job is. You see where the empty seat is. First glance, looks like a squiggly line too. But you get a closer look, you could see a little snake. Let's say I only give that out because you guys are all like looking at, probably trying to, like militaries, you guys are trying to like size up who everybody is.
Yeah, Arthos is tempted to do detect thoughts to try to read one of their minds to get a better view, but I'm not jinxing myself. I don't want to get thrown in jail. Arthos is smart enough, and he's grown up with
or your head cut off with that axe.
Yeah, Arthos is smart enough, and he's grown up around enough.
Cut it, she could try again and just swing it around.
Yeah, he's grown up amongst like noble merchants and things like that, and doing something like that, even at like that level, can get you in a lot of trouble. But if he did it here, he'd be dead.
And so you would know each tower has a particular job.
Mm-hmm.
The Bassar Tower, this is where they train their troops in archery and guerrilla warfare, how to fight in the forest with nothing. This is your basically Marine Army Ranger like trainer over here. This is your this is your badasses. The Hierarch's Tower is in charge of teaching scouts, spies, and those in the way of being a falconer. Basically, espionage and stuff like that. Information. The Lena Tower, at the center, at the heart of Setessa, is dedicated to defending the polis and the training of its children. Like, you notice as soon as she breaks off from this council, the thought that she was giving you guys, the whole stern, I'm gonna chop your head off with this double axe face, she turns and you see that there were these kids that were waiting on her, it seems. And those you promised you would tell us that story. You see her face goes from stern, Wicked Witch of the West to Mary Poppins as she sees the kids. Oh, that's right, I did promise that. Alright, well, come on, let's go this way. And everybody wash their hands, right? And you see that she goes over to one boy and she looks at him like, You didn't? Now, Barry, I told you we have to wash our hands before we eat. Now, come on. And she's like leading them out. So you can kind of see that relationship starting to build as well. The Ophis Tower, it's a really interesting tower. These warriors are allowed to leave Setessa and go out working on behalf of the council and the and the word of Setessa as a representative of Setessa, a envoy, basically. Probably like diplomacy and polis relationships.
Okay.
Only because your mother would have bored you with this information.
I have no doubt.
Well, a good woman needs to know her place, so let me tell you about all the places that you could do.
Oh my goodness, you've told me 50 times already.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah, basically.
Mom!
It's like, Mom, I already know about what that tower does. But yeah. And so at this point, you see Monet has kind of came over. So I stuck my neck out for all of you. Don't let me down.
We will not.
Alright, so I guess we need to discuss mission details.
Right. We'll just need location and what we'll be facing up against.
Well, from what, at least from what Phaedra and Shadow have been able to find, looks like a basic hunting lodge. At first, she thought they were just poachers, getting too close to Setessa and the Nessian Woods, so she kind of followed them, and she noticed that they were bringing in and out children ever so often. At the time, we do not know if, since that's happened, that if more kids have gotten there, or if they're already gone. But if there are kids still there, we want them brought back here. If there's not any, do whatever you want to do with that place and the people inside.
Understood.
Ooh. This is going to be fun.
You do this, and Enthusa will ease the reins on most of you.
Right, understandable.
And I won't have to put an arrow through you. Sorry, this is the third time I've threatened you today, hasn't it?
It's a lot.
Well, I wouldn't say it's unfounded. I mean, most times there's good reason for it. We just happen to be... And I look quickly at, Arthas and the other two. I'm trying to backtrack. These men just happen to be helpful.
We're good people, raised on moral.
You're the Florocus girl, right?
Yes.
I think you would like to know your mother is still around.
Oh boy, want to give Mom a swing?
I'm picking up some vibes here. That's good to know. I did leave rather suddenly.
You did. She kind of just looks you up and down. You see, now there's almost a little, side of hurt, almost. You're not entirely really sure what's from, but you've seen that look before. But you're not sure where hers is coming from. Anyway, if you need my help, I will give it. But if I am there, we go by whatever I say. If you go yourselves, you won't have me breathing down your neck.
Understandable. We'll give it some thought.
All right.
Oh, quick question. I'm assuming you guys have shops and things like that. Do you have any, like, magic shops?
We have a market that is open to the public once on the full moon.
It's only open once.
Well, it's open for 7 days during the full moon.
Has it been the full moon yet?
Make a nature or survival check.
Oh boy.
See how much
I have
you
no
take.
proficiency in the... Oh, wait. No, nature might be better. I'm smart. I swear.
Just
13.
direct that question at Selena.
If you want, you can have Celine give you advantage.
Oh, okay. I'll roll again.
Yeah.
Let me get my big plastic die.
You're welcome.
Oh, even... That's better. That's better. That's going to be a 20.
20?
1.
You see, you're sitting there thinking, like, it's almost a full moon, and you see she kind of just pops up. Yeah, it's a full moon this evening, Arthos. It's...
Oh, so the night market is open.
Yes.
Or the market.
Yes. People from all over come and bring their wares. It's the one time we allow some men in. That's particularly why we allowed you in for the most part.
Great.
If it was any other time, I would have just put an arrow through you, but...
Great, because I have gold and I would like to spend it.
All right, well... you
I
can
appreciate
see
your restraint.
what they have in store. So, please have fun doing that.
Well, I just, pick up a few items for the mission at hand. I have a few things that could help in mind.
Right. She kind of just rolls her eyes. Anyway, I will see you all later.
Right.
He kind of trots off.
Arthos is now looking through his notes, looking at the magic items he's written down that he wants to try to see if he can find.
Hey,
Okay.
Arthos. I give
Yeah?
you back all the gold that I borrowed from you. Didn't I owe you like 10 gold?
No, I owed you gold, but you said to keep it.
Yeah, because I borrowed 20 gold from you to get the diamond.
Did I? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you gave me 20 gold, so I gave you some extra. Oh, wait, maybe we did settle that up then.
I think we did. Arthos doesn't really mind. All right, let's get to the shops. Let's go find some items that could be useful for our mission.
Okay. Kator, is there anything you want to do or say?
I've been actually trying to keep my head down, knowing that I am male and human. So, probably though, I'm assuming in the market, it's going to be a little bit more.
It's going to be a little more relaxed than what you just.
We'll actually probably see some men in the market and things like that.
Yeah, there will be some
that's what I'm
actual like
thinking.
male merchants and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay.
So I have.
I'm going to probably want to look around in the shops as well, but I'm probably going to look more into, I don't know, maybe some of the healing, and I don't know if there's like any other type of anything that would really fall
There's
into
mostly
what
just-
I'd be interested in.
It's mostly. I mean, Arthos on his list has potions of healing on his list.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking, getting at least one each as a backup.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
at least find the ingredients to make them
Yeah.
ourselves.
You can
Or even
actually.
healing kits. Does anybody have
Sure.
medicine?
So I know for a fact that in Xanathar's guide they do talk about how that you can craft potions and it takes a certain amount of days for
Yes.
healing potions. I know for a normal healing potion, it takes 1 day and 25 gold, I believe.
Yeah, $25 worth of like
Supplies and stuff like that.
yeah,
Ingredients.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then you gotta
But
pass. Then you gotta pass the
Oh
second
yeah,
check.
you have to
Then
pass the check. Okay.
I believe it's I think you depending on how you're wanting to do it, whether you're going by a a recipe, or if you're doing it by let me just toss some things together.
Eyeball it, yeah.
Yeah. Then you do whatever check is necessary.
Yeah, I believe it's an Arcana check.
Yeah, I think it's Arcana for if you're following a recipe. If you are just throwing caution to the wind, it would be medicine.
Right, okay.
To make sure you're not putting like a flammable and another flammable together kind of thing.
I feel like it's better to just buy an already prepared potion than try to buy the recipe for it. Because that takes up time and resources, and time is of the essence.
But you guys can... I'll think of what else Cantor probably you would be interested in.
I'd be very interested in checking out other types of looking at like other staffs and stuff like that, or other things that I can maybe use.
All right.
Maybe like some wraps to put around my hands to help me out.
You guys are wanting to do this before you go see?
Yeah, we're doing some shopping.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to make sure we stock up before we do any adventuring.
Yeah, Arthos is looking for specific items that could potentially help out in this mission.
Okay.
One of them, DM, so this is at your discretion, Mr. DM.
Okay, what's up?
Would Arthos know what a portable hull is?
That would probably be like the first thing.
As somebody who has used this item before, I'm sitting there thinking, like, do I want to... go ahead and make a Arcana check for me.
This is a stupid idea that I had about, like, just putting the children in the hole and taking the hole.
What? Oh, that's awful.
No!
They don't suffocate. They don't suffocate. They can stay in the hole for an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah, go ahead and make a...
Oh, no. That's only a... What is that? Oh, hang on. 6 plus 9. I'm bad at math.
15.
15. Arthur's got a 15.
You have read, and you have seen it demonstrated once, what a portable hull does. You have never, yourself, used it by yourself.
I'm assuming Arthos has told the plan to everyone, like, we could use the portable hull to carry the kids in, they wouldn't get hurt. And I'm assuming everyone's discouraging that idea. Or at least Thea's discouraging that idea.
You're putting them, you're basically sending them to some weird plane that you have no idea what's on the other side.
Alright, get in the hole.
Fizz is going to say, look, all I do is hit things, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Alright, fine. Portable hole's out of the question, I guess, and he scratches it off his list.
Breathe in there.
Alright. Arthos has seen a ring of mind shielding, though.
Yes, you have seen that before, thanks to Alekios. But you guys start heading toward. It's known as the Abora Market, also known as the night, either the night market or the full moon market. And this goes on, at least, outsiders, you guys are allowed here for 7 days. During the day, this is for any member of Setessa to come and sell their stuff.
Right.
And stuff like that. But for the 7 days, people from all over can come and do that. And that's, where kind of like the diplomacy comes. Like, okay, hey, don't forget there's a full moon coming up. If you guys are sending people down here, they need to be from within this time frame, kind of thing.
Right.
But so you guys come to this just open market, And this seems to be really the social aspect of Setessa. You can see people all over looking at food, crafts, and curiosities, knickknacks. You get that one person that is selling gnomes, but no one knows what a gnome is because they don't exist in Theros.
It's a garden gnome.
Yeah, so they're like trying to sell these like porcelain short people, and people are just like turned off from it. Like, why does even the females have a beard? Like, and they're just like really confused.
Well, clearly they haven't seen the women of Tethmos.
So, and you see just a lot of different things happening. I will say, you all notice something really odd. Almost in a darker spot. There is a little bit of light, but you see it's just all black. The table looks like it's covered in a black cloth. There's a little stand that has a little roof to give whoever is at this stand shade. And it kind of drapes a little bit. And you all swear you see a returned setting out his stuff to be sold.
Ooh. That looks ominous. You think he might have any potions that are on my list?
I would not deal with a returned.
Hello, good sir! And Darthos is going up
So
to
you go right to the returned.
Hello.
Your shop seems quite interesting. Do you by chance sell any potions?
I sell whatever comes out of my box. You see, he kind of pulls out these black boxes, and he starts pulling things out. It's like, I do have some here and there. It seems.
Alright, how about rings?
Rings.
Like magic rings?
Yes, from time to
I would
time.
not.
I have seen them.
I would not trust
come
a
out.
thing from this guy.
Okay, I would like to see your wares, if you don't mind, if you have any specifics.
I do have some that are available at the time being. You see, he goes ahead and starts pulling out. Seems like he has about 10 boxes. So he has like 10 things that come out of these boxes. I will go ahead. I went ahead and rolled this.
Ooh, I like
Before, so there are a couple things that come out. So he goes ahead and starts pulling things out one by one. Looks like one of the first items that he kind of points at, you could tell, is looks like a rocking horse. It's almost the right size for a kid
Ooh.
to ride. This beauty right here. You pay for this, and once a day, you can have this rocking horse rock back and forth for 20 minutes on its own.
Right. It just seems like Arthos just demonstrates by pushing the rocking horse with his finger. Seems like you could just do that.
Does this rocking horse look like the one that Megara had in her room?
Very similar. And
Should we buy it for Megara?
But not the same.
Now, he does tell you it turns into an actual riding horse.
Oh, a riding horse. I didn't hear that part because you were
Yes.
whispering it. I heard rocking horse and it
Yes.
rocks for 20 minutes.
Yeah. So what
That's
you do
what I heard.
is you speak a command word and it turns into a riding horse, and you can use it for 20 minutes. Or until its hit points drops to 0.
How much?
For a first-time buyer, 10 gold.
10 gold. Okay. Well, come back to that one. Do you have anything else?
I do. He starts going down the line, bit by bit by bit.
Oh, very thorough.
Goes ahead and you see, and I have to remember what this is.
Yes. I'm already having fun with this merchant. This is
Yeah.
fun.
This
Don't
is
trust anything from this merchant. He's dead.
a compass. It looks like a bronze compass.
Ooh.
Now this little baby belonged to Calliope herself, the great sailor. Pay for this. Ask it for something specific, a location, a land with food and water, a large landmass, then an island, and this will point you in its direction.
Arthos' eyes immediately go wide. With the implication of what he could do with his item. And immediately goes, how much?
100 gold pieces.
I'll take
Does
it.
it work if you're not on the water?
It works anywhere.
Yep, taking it.
Okay.
Hands him 100 gold.
Alright. You see, he goes ahead and
You
pulls
know,
out...
any of these items could be cursed. You know that.
That's what's great. He has no idea. I love it.
That is the
Oh,
possibility.
I'm giving the warnings. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be holding up to my god if I didn't. I'm like, and probably it's like after your first purchase, I'm just walking away. I'm like, I'm not going to be a part of any of this.
Arthos is
I'm
intrigued
I'm just going to leave you guys. I'm going to go wander off and find maybe like a booth of something I'd be interested in.
Yeah, he hands him the 100 gold. Anything else as well for sale, my good friend?
Oh, yes. We have several things. Looks like, this one here, looks like, a flint of some kind. This was made by Phoenix himself, the god of deception. Ooh, the little trickster. This little baby will shed bright light and heat for 30 feet, but is not visible and cannot be felt by anyone standing farther than 30 feet from them.
So it's a light that only the people within the radius can see it.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I could see you with this, but you can't see me, kind of thing.
Oh.
So like think of like if you're in the dark and with humans that don't have dark vision, if you have this, you could see 30 feet in front of you, but they can't see you.
I mean, that could be useful. We do. I think the only two of the people in the party can see in the dark.
Yeah, I think only two of you can.
That's me. That's Fezzik and myself.
Yeah.
Technically, Cantor's blind.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine in the dark.
But our satyr can't see in the dark, and neither can Thea.
You see that he has looks like
And
one of the golden masks that the returned wear.
Anything special about the mask?
This one, you wear this mask, and for 1 minute you are immune to being frightened. Nothing can scare you.
Right.
I wouldn't put that on.
Don't trust it myself either. It was a pleasure doing business with you, my good friend. And I spot him an extra 2 gold pieces.
Oh, you don't want a Leonin hairbrush?
Does it do anything?
Well, it fixes any knots. Kind of just puts it down.
It brushes your hair really, really nicely. And
How
it's
much?
cursed.
How much? 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces. You know what? Screw it. I'll buy the brush. Why not? Give him a little extra business since no one seems to want to go to it.
You give the command word brush, and the hairbrush effortlessly and painlessly untangles any knots or dead hair from any source of body hair or like manes for like Leonin.
All right, I'm gonna write that
God,
down.
that'd be worth like 10 gold.
The
Damn.
the detangle brush.
Yeah, basically. That's actually a pretty nice, like, just, like, odd thing to have. And
And
see,
what? How do I add the compass in? Is that something I can add in?
the compass is a homebrew.
Right. Have homebrew turned on.
Yeah. No, it's one that I have in a source book that I bought, that I paid for.
Oh, what's the compass called?
It is called the Compass of Calliope. Which you've heard of Calliope? She's a famous sailor that has gone all over the Dakara Isles and has documented where some of them are at. With this compass in hand, you can concentrate on the compass to specify a type of land. For example, land with food and water, large landmass rather than an island, etc. And the needle points toward the nearest land that fits your criteria for the duration of your concentration.
Ooh. I like this compass. This could be useful for finding the shards.
Possibly.
That's why I bought it.
Ah, I see.
So that's what that does. It helps those that are lost at sea for the most part, but even people on land have like, hey, take me to the closest natural water source. It will lead you to it.
It's not coming up when I search it.
It's. I will give it to. I will give you that description. It's in a source book that I paid for.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's on a third party. Got it off.
Third party.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I got it off my drive-through tabletop or whatever it's called. I think.
So it's essentially just a compass that can point me to any object that I ask it to point me to.
Basically, yeah.
It's like the Jack Sparrow compass.
Sort of.
Yeah, it points to whatever I desire.
As the Romo was called.
Yeah. Sure, we'll say that.
So long as it's, a natural feature.
Yeah. A natural feature. But that's what you're able to find. Because some of the other stuff is a little creepy. Like,
yeah.
That he's starting to pull out. You see, he pulls out a Gorgon's head, and
oh, yes.
That I don't think we need that.
Cantor, you take some time. And you are kind of just walking around. And you find this.
Yep, walking around. I'm listening to. I'm really trying to see if I can pick up on any interesting conversations that could be going on too.
Okay. You hear a voice kind of, "Hey, kid. Oh, wanna come here real quick?"
Does it sound like he's calling to me or something?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, you can hear it. Like it's pretty close, so you think he's talking to you.
This guy sounds like he's trying to swindle him already.
All right, so I'll go up. Sure.
It's like, do you mind if I take a look at your staff?
Sure.
Because the head kind of weighs off the staff a little bit.
It definitely has like some notches and dinks in it and stuff like that, probably.
I tell that this has definitely been worn in.
I've had it since I've started in my order.
I see. kind of looks at, you can't tell, but he's looking at your whole, like, get up and notices you're blind. Well, how's about, I sell you a new one. The trees out here in Setessa make great for, thwacking? Is that a word? Thwacking, it's a word now.
Okay.
Um,
I do. I have heard of the trees out here being extra sturdy and extra strong.
yeah. Tell you what, I'll leave this with you to still defend yourself with. If you're interested, I can have one done within 2 to 3 days.
I'd be very interested. How much would be that on retainer?
Oh, let's see. Well, let me let me think about that. I do it differently for every person. So let me just get a good look at you. Kind of sits there, kind of is just looking you over. As
I don't mind.
as the DM is trying to make a decision.
While you're thinking about that, I'm also interested in maybe some wraps. I know I've heard from other schools of some method that the wraps get weighed. I'm not exactly sure by what methods, but it basically would make the, kind of like reinforces, the fist for while you're punching.
Yes. All right.
I'm not sure if you are aware of something like that.
No, I've heard of things like that. Interesting. I don't know anyone that does that, but something I might want to look into though. Thank you for letting me know. So let's see. As far as, tell you what. 50 gold pieces, 25 up front for work and labor, 25 upon delivery.
How about 20? 20 before and 20 after.
All right. Deal. Sounds good. Name for your order?
Cantor.
Cantor, it's a pleasure to meet you. Call me Butch. I know. Basically, I got it from, I don't even remember what my original name was, but, the person couldn't speak, and they were trying to say Bush, and that came out instead. So, I kind of stayed with that. I'll have this done. Is there any sort of special markings or anything you want on this?
Actually, yes. I have something that if you could add into its design, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to reach in and grab that token that we got from the Harpies of Helioid.
Okay.
And ask him to see if he can, somehow incorporate that into the staff.
Okay. You see, he kind of looks at the stone. I might be able to sort of meld these two together, both the staff and the stone. I could put it at the center, right where maybe where one of your hands would be holding it.
That'd be excellent.
Wonderful. Alright, so that's marked and done. And I will try to see if I can find anything on this wrapping your hands in doing weighted gloves. That sounds like it would.
Yes.
Alright, I will keep that in mind. He kind of like pictures it.
Yeah, it's like I'll kind of help like describe it a little bit more. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not sure if it's more of like if they like dipped the cloths into something, but that seems like it'd be too stiff, or if they like weave something in with with the cloth itself. I'm just not sure exactly, but I've heard from others in my order and elsewhere of these weighted cloths.
I will definitely keep my ear out for that. I'm not much of a religious man myself, but I do appreciate a good tool, and it's being used for its purpose. You seem to be doing that with yours, so I enjoy the craftsmanship that whoever made this stuff originally did. So
They are like I said, they're given to all the students when they leave.
well,
When they leave from the monastery.
Typically, I would charge 600 for something like this, but I'll do it for 40.
You are most gracious, and I will ensure that Eliud blesses you and your service to one of his disciples.
Thanks. You see, kind of like takes like you're gonna pray for me, but he does take the job.
What he does.
Yeah,
That's what he does.
Yeah,
That's what Cantor does.
yeah, no,
He will bless you. He will bless you and your business.
yeah.
If you help the god, if he helps me to help my god will reach back and bless him too.
Right, the final thing on our list, it seems, would be just to get some healing potions. In case we get into any scraps.
There are some healing potions available that you find just kind of this.
Normal healing potions, or are there any
Yeah.
greater healing potions?
No, there's. It looks like right now there's like just an abundance of.
Just normal healing?
Yeah.
I mean, how much does a normal healing potion would run us through?
Healing potions. This is one source I always forget about. They typically run 50 to 75 gold, depending on where you get them.
How much would 5 potions bring me up specifically?
You see,
So that'd be like 300.
5 of them. 5 of them would be, it'd be 250.
250?
Yeah, 5 times 5.
You know what? I'll spot everyone a health potion.
Okay. Everybody can add a regular healing potion. I'll let Celine
thank you.
And Physic know. They got healing potions now for those.
I now have 92 gold, but you know what? It was worth it.
You still have more than me.
I had
Of course, I got
I had like 400 to start off with.
Okay.
So, out of game, I actually realized that I have 2-weapon fighting.
Oh.
So I could use a bonus action to make another weapon attack if I start with a weapon attack.
Could you shove someone as a bonus action? If you're doing it offhand?
Yeah, you can do stuff like that, like a grappling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you have a shield, you could just shove someone.
True.
Oh, you should be able to do like a bashing type of an attack, if I'm correct.
With
I
your
thought you
I'd have
offhand.
to look at the rules.
I've never seen anybody do it. That's something I will have to look at, though. That's a good question.
What I'd like to do is get a second sickle.
A second sickle.
Dual wield sickles?
There you go.
Yeah, have one hanging off each hip.
Cause you currently
I'm gonna be badass. I might as well be badass.
Cause you've currently got the moon touched one right now, correct?
Yes.
Hold on. Something closed.
Oh no.
That's not a good sign. Alright, we got our healing potions. Should we wait until nightfall to do this assault, or should we just go in the day?
Wait, we never found out how